This is the Cohiba, Connecticut Robusto. This is a 50 by 5.5, 50 por 5.5, and this is a multi-culti thing. So you have a Habano, there's a double wrapper. You have the Ecuadorian Connecticut and the Nicaraguan Habano wrapper, and then you have a Mexican binder. I assume it's MSA or San Andres, and then you have Brazilian, Nicaraguan, and Dominican fillers. So try to say that 5 times and then 1 time backwards. That's a whole thing. I had this a few times before, and in those occasions I didn't really pay much attention to it. It wasn't like a sitting down and really like taking this thing apart. So that's what I want to do today. I want to smoke this. I have a dark roast Sumatran coffee with a splash of 50/50 and some stevia, a couple of packs of stevia, those little packs, and yeah, straight cut. Just nip the cap. I always try to do as little as possible. Prevents a lot of the tobacco coming out, and then obviously if the draw is not fine, I'll recut. I had it at 63 at the head and 60 point, and it was kind of like bouncing up and down, but let's call it 60 on the foot. That's good for me. On a Connecticut, I try to have them a little bit more moist. Some of the really dark ones, like a Tabernacle or something, I can go down in the foot, having it at like 58 or 59, that's still fine. But yeah, let's fire up, stop talking, and start puffing. So good light up. I do like the band, like I said in a few videos before. I like the black, white, red, and gold. Is just a fantastic color on Connecticut's. Ash is a little marble, a little bit on the darker side, and the burns a little wavy. I do get a hint of pepper. It's not super spicy. It's a nice, hey, I'm here, and then I leave you alone kind of retro spice. And then you have nice sweet flavors. You get a little bit of a peanut, a little bit of coffee or hints of coffee, and then there's definitely some cream. It's a creamy smoke texture, and tobacco, good tobacco flavors. I don't get any chocolate or anything, but let me get down a little bit further and we'll take it from there. Ash is holding strong, so I have the ash of basically the first third, and I will ash this before it falls on my PJs and burns a hole. But yeah, cedar. It's a very general Connecticut cedar. A little bit of sweetness, tobacco, hint of coffee, light spice, maybe a 2. Good to retro, good for coffee. Now my big thing with the Cohibas is, for being manufactured in such a large quantity and having this being a mass production, they sometimes do a little crappy job when it comes to the cap, the wrapping. When you get to the more darker flavors like the black, they're very rustic, so they're not very beautiful cigars. And then the price tag. I mean, the price tag is nuts. If you're looking at this one, the MSRP, it's just out of this world. Like I would never pay for a cigar like this, the MSRP that they're asking for. But you can find them in different places for a couple bucks. And so having these laying around, if you just want something a little bit different, and in the morning with your coffee, or just puffing on it, they're not too bad. I'm actually a big fan of the black and the Macassar, or Macassar. I don't know how to say it, but so there are some really good sticks. But let me get through the second third. You won't see this ash again, and we'll take it from there. So we're working our way past the bend, last third, and no life-changing events happened since the last take that tells you about the cigar. It's a very mild cigar. I would call it mild. I wouldn't even go mild to medium. This is truly a mild cigar. And yeah, I mean, it's your standard Connecticut. Like I said, the only thing that I don't like is that being such a large company, I mean, if you look at like an AJ Fernandez that makes millions of cigars, and every single cigar comes out perfect draw, perfect. I mean, everyone is beautiful, right? I haven't had, at least me personally, I haven't had any crazy experience. And from a construction, from a how they're made, and in Cohibas you can have one that's beautiful, and then the next one looks very rustic, or the wrapper is a little loose, or that kind of stuff. And then the asking price. I mean, MSRP is nuts. A stick like this should be in the $8 range, $7-8 by today's pricing. A few years back this would have been like a $4 or $5 stick. That's all I can think of. But I'll be back when I'm at the nub and just giving a final comment. We're almost at the end, a few puffs left, and I'm gonna give this a 6 out of 10. Could have been a 7, but for the aesthetics and the price tag, I'm cutting another point off, just because it does not, the MSRP does not, there's no calculation that would allow this to be at that price. If I can get the Xenoceptor Grandmaster that is far higher quality, when they're on sale for under or just above $5, and then this one has an MSRP in the double digits, it doesn't make any sense to me. But it's an okay cigar. I'll smoke it again. I have several of these in my humidors, and I pull them out here and there. And today was one of those. Was a Cohiba day. So getting attacked by the wolves. All right, gotta get back to it. Thank you, and enjoy.